Hey guys, it's Will here. As you can see, I am on the ground again. We're at doing different angles. If I'm not in view or anything, I can't see it. It's because I've taken my glasses off to try it this way, just to see how the ease of editing works. So it's going to be wonky for the first intro part here until we switch over to the in-depth view. So please bear with me. Thank you all for those who watched the last video on this. We're continuing our Conquest weeks/viewed videos. So if you haven't seen that last video, please recommend check it either there or there, wherever it is on the video. But with that, let's just get right into it. We talked about in the first chapter there, kind of like talked about how to get into Conquest, kind of like what you can use to start into it. So this is going off that. If you are a lone person or know a group who has models already to play, I recommend checking out that part in there. They are chaptered, so you can just find it. And that will explain how to get started that way. Now, this is going to be an add-on video to that. That's going to go a little bit more in depth just because it's a bigger box. So if, say, you don't have a group to play with, or you're the person who's starting it. So getting into it. This is the 2-player box, so we're going to look right into that. I had to go do something that's on lower. But yeah. So make sure you guys like the videos. You know, if you don't like them, subscribe at least or share them. At least watch at least 2 minutes into it. Give me some view ratings. But yeah, with that, we're going to get right into the boxing because you waited long enough and I've rambled and I forgot what I was trying to say in the beginning. But yeah. Here guys, we have the box here. Ignore all the stuff in the back. That's Polar Enix stuff. Check his his Twitch. Same name. So that's his stuff that he's working on. Well, the main thing we're looking at, like I said at the intro of this, is the Conquest 2-player starter box. I believe this is the newest. I think there's also a Sorcerer's King versus City States box also. So if, say, the person you want to split this with, or you don't play Nords, but you want to play City States, because City States is very popular, at least where I live, it's one of the most popular armies. You could just swap it out for Sorcerer Kings, which is also awesome. I find in this game that all the armies that are out currently at the time of this video are pretty sick, and all can have like a easy to learn to play, or can get complex if you want to. That's another reason why I really love this game. Just kind of like bolt action, where you can play with just generic rules. You know, like if I take a rifle squad, you take a rifle squad. It kind of like balances down to literally just positioning in dice rolls. Whereas this game kind of has that also. It's very much a rock, paper, scissors if you remove the special army rules and you just stick with what's on the stat cards. So like light, medium, heavy, kind of like rock, paper, scissors. Light can deal with and then like spear guys deals with cavalry, so on and so forth. So there's that. If a game like that where you can play it super casual but have a little bit of positioning in it, or a game that you can turn into a complex competitive game like other fantasy games out there, highly recommend this game. Anyways, that's not what we're here for. If you want to hear more rambling and my thoughts about that, check the last video. So you can see on the side here, got art. Then on the back, we have, kind of shows you examples of what you're going to get on each side. You're going to get spear boys. This is the major reason why I got this, was for the spear boys and more cows. And then you're going to get on the Nord sides, you're going to get Husky Jarls and Chosen. These are like 2 main staples in your faction, at least the bow Chosen are. Getting some Husky Jarls is going to be great because I already have some units, and how I've painted up my armies, I can mix my city-state to be Husky Jarls and vice versa. I'm getting basically a whole army in this. I'm getting a whole 2,000 point army in this by how I'm playing them. And then of course you get your giant. And then the polemark guy here, they say he's a limited edition model. He's in like all their starter boxes, so he's not that limited. This guy though, I haven't seen anywhere else except for in this box. There's that, and then of course you get 2 rule books, which is, again, I've said in the last one, is awesome. because most war games do not give you 2 rule books. They only give you 1. If you're doing this, it's because you're splitting it with 2 people. So also cat. Oh, with that, there's nothing on the bottom. With that, let's get right into opening this. I'm going to switch the camera angles again, and we'll get to a more table view. There you go. That's as focused as I can get. Anyways, so getting right into this here. Start off at the very top here with a piece of paper. So if you guys want to read that, there you go. We have our apologies in advance that you'll be set will be enclosed sprues. For what you'll see with the enclosed sprues, for the mold defects, there's a little extra piece of plastic on the sprues. This does not impact any parts of the miniatures themselves. We do not want to delay the release. As we've sculpted them, these will recut after the initial. So, cool thing that Parabellum does that other companies doesn't do, but I guess I can kind of see it due to, you know, trying to keep your name and stuff. But Parabellum is a company that's gamers, made by gamers and story writers and stuff. So they understand the need that people want their stuff. They want it on time. They want like the new plastics and stuff with the new rules that they release. So what they'll do is, when they're making, because everything they make, unless it's like a special sculpted thing, like by a professional artist, that's like a, you know, a artist. Not to not say the guys who make the basic plastic stuff are artists, like they're really well talented. I mean, like the ones that are your step above, your heavy metal of artists is in resin. They do make all their stuff in plastic. Like 98% of their stuff is in plastic. So that's something cool they can do by starting off in the modern day. So just to make sure that we get our stuff, some of the models, I have the models from this kit in different sets that were made later on when this was released, and they are definitely a lot better. I saw no issues with them besides, you know, the obvious normal things that you get with plastics. There was nothing wrong with them. I'm wondering to see how it's going to look different. We have that there. There's that with a little fish gnome on an assembly line. The top here, falling out literally, is, it looks like the giant. That's a giant sprue. We got 1 part of him, got 2 part of him, and we got 3 part of him. And falling out after him, it looks like we have Bow Chosen. You have 3 sprues of those so far. Bases, monster bases, infantry bases. These are more Bow Chosen. I think this is an upgrade sprue for the guys with spears. Pullmark. I've already seen a video on him, so if you want to see it. Then we have our special Huskarl. I'll definitely build him and show you guys. A rule book. There is 2. Mine did come with 2. I just took mine out to read the rules because somebody wanted to learn how to play with me. So 2 sprues of cows. More spear guys. We have the giant space. So our cards here and stuff for our dudes. On the side we have our Huskarls. We have 1, 2, 3. 3 of those. Oh, here's that sprue. So yeah, you get a full box of the cows. I bought the cows separate. No, it came with the starter box. So all the stuff in the cows are here. So you can make your command cow. Right, so we have the command sprue of the Huskarls. That's good. I didn't get one in my first blood box. Beer dudes. Okay, so yeah. So it looks like you are getting like 2 boxes worth of the spear guys. And these are, if you want to make alternate versions of them, to make the other versions. Instruction manuals. And you get your 2 books here. So these are basically like in all the different starter boxes they have, kind of like how do you build your list, how do you make the models. So like out of the boxes that you have, which one looks coolest to you, / which HQ you have, and it kind of explains visually how the mainstay and restricted rules work for list building. City States gets 1, Nords get 1. This is like the Nords one here. So there you go. So this is kind of like how you're going to build it in the 2-player starter box. So on and so forth. And this is a start playing primer. It is a big book, so I just had to zoom out there. But it is full colored. Explains to you kind of like who the guy is, who this guy is. Like these are supposed to like represent characters. So that's why it's like their unique poses. And then quick play how to play mission. the next mission, and then kind of like what's next. And then you have, the coolest part, they have the stats written for you on here with special unique rules. We get these rules here, as you can see, just zooming in there so you can see it, plus the stats. Alright, so we're here, we're going to take a look at the sprues. Now these are repeating sprues, so we're not going to look at every single one in the army, we're just going to look at the unique ones. So basically the main sprue plus the sergeant sprue. But starting off, because we haven't seen this model before, we're going to take a look at the Jorgnir, or whatever his name is, that comes with this set for the Nord. We have him in his resin pieces. As you can see, we have his body here. Really nice pieces. Head with a crown, which I'll zoom in on, so no head. And of course his shield sword thing that he wields, so looks funky. So starting off with the Huskarls, we have Sprue. This is the Sergeant Sprue. We have a nice sick cape, his awesome shield, and his swords, horns, banner, so on and so forth. One of the more smaller, not over-the-top banners that this faction has. So there is that. Kind of dislike their over-the-top banners. Then looking at their sprues, we have their capes, their shields, legs, and arms and bodies. If you've built Chaos Warriors from Sigmar or like Blood Warriors, you basically know how to build these guys. They're very reminiscent on how you would build a Chaos Warrior. No, it's the same. Here's just the other side of it, if you want to see what they look like, more detail. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. So I got my 12, so that's good. Next off we have is our bow chosen. Sorry, it's going to be blurred because I'm not zoomed in. But we have bow chosen. So on this sprue here, you can see it. We have the different bodies, flipping it around. One, two, three of those. And then we have the legs. 1, 2, 2, 4, 6 legs on these sprues. So for the most part, they're motor infantry based units, always come in 12s unless otherwise. Yeah. So we have our cows here. The sprue, as you can see, pretty large models. You get 3 cows out of this, plus the command sprue. So here it is. It's all nice and laid out for you. Everything is on the same side, so there's no other hidden detail you're not seeing. This can make both the two-handed axe and the shielded cows. I run the axe one, so I'm just going to make more axe guys. Make a couple of shields because you can take them as add-ons to units, and then make a third one as the axe guy and have that as just like a unit upgrade for my cows. So there's that of the shield / spear bros. So this gives you 2 units of those. So if you're playing City State, you definitely get a lot more guys, but these are one of those like units where I'm talking about where it's like you run double anyways. To give you what you're going to run them as. They know the meta at the time that they make these boxes. You get enough to make 2 boxes of these basically with the two command sprues. Look at the sprue itself here. As you can see, really nice detail with the flippity flop. And then zoom in a little bit more. the command sprue. And then we also have, for those spear guys, to make the opposite versions of them, we have, if it goes into focus here, we have these parts. And of course they're A, so if you don't really have the instructions, just find all the pieces that say A and put them together. These are multi-pose / multi-parts. So you may have like 4 arms that go to A. So it's just cut all the A parts out, clean them up, and kind of figure out how you want to put them together. Of course, the app is free. I'll put links down below if I remember it. If you want to see the units before you buy, so you know which ones to build, if you care about that. For the most part, the weapon differences are so, like, almost such small differences that you can build them any way you want and just say what you want to run them as. So here we go. Here we go on our last big one. This is the giant. Another cool one to get. A lot of the giants in the, like the main ones you're going to use anyways, in the Nord faction is plastic. I think it's just the sea and the air that are out currently. The sea one and the named guy that's in resin. But like the rest are all plastics. So yeah, so we have this here. This is all the sprues, kind of same idea laid out. I do want to kind of show off one of the sprues here. I'll show off this one, kind of show you the details of it. So zooming in, pretty large sprue, really nicely detailed. A mix of hand sculpting, it looks like, and digital sculpting, kind of building this thing up. So it's gonna be a huge boy to build. So that, guys, this has been the Conquest 2-player starter box, the City-State Nomads version of Last Argument, the rank and flank version of Conquest. They do make this sort of box for First Blood, which I believe the current one is Spire. There was a Spire one versus 100 Kingdoms, and I think there's a Sorcerer Kings versus Nords. I can't quite remember. There's a Sorcerer King one, I'm pretty sure, out there. I think there is a Ladrune and 100 Kingdoms or Storf. One of the two. They do make combinations of all the different armies, unlike certain other companies that focus one faction always being in the box and like another one fighting it. So that's it. That's my thought on that. I'm not going to delve into that thought further. But anyways, put my guys in there. With that, thank you so much for checking out this video, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Click the video. Click it. Click the video. You know you want to.